you think your life is boring, that you don't have enough content because there's just not much to show or say. But the truth is, no one's life is boring. You just have to learn how to show your life in an interesting way. To be clear, this video is not about how to become a vlogger. This video is about how to make your educational content more interesting by incorporating your everyday activities. I live in small town Illinois with freshly cut cornfields and a couple dogs. I'm a video coach for business owners, and today you're going with me to take my dog to the vet.
Oh, all right. He's going to get his vaccination shots.
But I'm also going to be teaching you how to take a routine out of your everyday life, pick a topic, and teach your ideal person a lesson while doing that everyday routine. Let's talk about why you should incorporate your everyday activities into your educational content. A, it helps you get fresh content ideas so you don't get bored. B, it makes your videos more entertaining. C, it makes you more relatable. And D, it helps you use storytelling. All of that will help you stand out, connect with your ideal person, and get them coming back for more of your content.
Animal Clinic, how may I help you?
Hi there, I'm here with Bourbon.
Would you like to go and wait inside, or would you like to wait in your car?
I'm gonna wait in my car because he's crazy. I do not go in there because he is a bull in a china shop that has to make friends with everything and everybody. It's insanity. I can't get my camera up higher on my windshield, so I'm gonna have to do this right here. I'm doing, hi. I had you on that mount right here. And no, not that mount, this mount. I had you on this and I could only get it so high. Yeah, that was really uncomfortable. So you can do this in long videos like what I'm doing today, or you can do it in short videos like a reel or a TikTok. For instance, I recently did a reel where I just had a behind the scenes shot of me with a one-on-one client. And then in another reel, I showed creative ways to get shots while you're cooking while I was making Thanksgiving Day dinner. So I was using what I was already doing that day to help teach something to my ideal client. Now those were just behind the scenes. They weren't story driven videos like this one today. Hi there.
So Bourbon is only due for his Bordetella. He's not due for anything else until June. So if you don't want to come in, I can just help you give it out here.
Yeah.
It's in his mouth, and then you can go right back.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Do you need me to help you? Because he's crazy. He'll run out in the street.
Go, wait a second. Okay, we're on. Oh, I forgot all that was there. You all right? Oh, can you, buddy? Hey, stay in the car. And really. Here you go.
And he climbed the back seat. Come on. What makes this so different than vlogging is we are doing this for total strangers. We're not assuming people know who we are. And your lesson, your educational content trumps everything. You can't let the storyline trump the educational content. They're there for the lesson. So you have to make that really clear in the beginning, or they're not gonna wait around just for you to show them stuff. The other thing is you wanna be really specific with which activity you choose. I like to choose activities that have a point A and a point B. So I left the house, I went to the vet, we had the vet commotion, and then we came back. It's everyday activities that your ideal person can relate to that allow you to change scenes without thinking about it. So that's the other thing. You're going to know the lesson and the steps before you start the activity. You're gonna plan ahead of time. Let me show you. This is my notebook. I knew what I was going to show you in the very beginning of this video. I had the shots written down. I said coffee, feet, around the shed, field. So I knew what I was going to show you in the beginning of the video. I also knew what I was going to say, and then I knew what I was going to say before I got in the car. I even wrote down what I was going to talk about while I was waiting for the vet tech to come to the car. I knew all of that before I went. If you have different scenes for your points, your bullet points, it's going to make it more fun for you, and it's going to make it more fun for your viewer, and therefore they will watch your video longer, and that is the point. Forgive me, my mic was rubbing on my jacket, and that's also something I've been doing more of, is I am not redoing my shots unless it's just ridiculously distracting or wrong. I'm just going with the flow. I didn't know how Bourbon was going to act at the vet, but I was going to go with the flow. Last week, I totally messed up and I forgot to record certain parts of my video. I made that part of the story. I did not get any video of me actually decorating the tree, which I told you was the whole point of my mistake number 5. See, a story has to have tension in it. A story has to have conflict and then a resolution. So when you take an everyday life scenario and you roll with it and you let the mistakes go with it, it actually makes your video more interesting and the viewer is more likely to watch. Plus, they get to know you on a personal level. Now, when you add these vlog style videos to your educational content, you have to be aware of the types of shots you're getting. You want a variety of shots. You want a wide, you want a medium, and you want a close up. I want to show you some of the pieces of equipment that I use to make this happen, because you don't need fancy equipment. This is a $25 tripod off of Amazon that I just used outside. This is a $25, if that, dollar phone holder, also off of Amazon. I have all the links below in my video tools link, and I use this all the time because it can be a tripod and it can be a selfie stick, and I use my phone all the time. I'm going to use it right now to show you that this is the mount that I use when I'm doing things in the window or in my car. This was the mount that I couldn't get high enough in the car earlier, and then that's my Sony ZV-1 that I use. So I'm only using these, and then I did recently buy a GoPro, and I used this in one of the very beginning shots of this video. I'm just now using this, so it's a test. You are always testing all the time. Play with this. Maybe you just change up from one room to the next and you start with baby steps and see what works. Then, if you're doing YouTube videos, you need to be looking at your retention. Last week when I was decorating for Christmas while I gave the Reels mistakes, there was a sudden dip in my video. And when I went to look and see what was happening during that video when the dip happened, it was me showing a bunch of random Christmas decorations. People didn't like that. So in this video, I'm making sure I'm not just doing random objects for too long. I'm actually moving with action to move the video forward. And then we will see how this video performs and we will tweak from there. Another way to keep your story moving along is to edit out anything that doesn't strengthen the lesson or help the story move along. Here's an example of this. At one point when I was in the vet parking lot, I went on and on about how Bourbon had 2 major surgeries this summer. That had nothing to do with the lesson, and it made the story drag, so I had to take it out. Until now, because I'm using it as an example to illustrate my point. If you want to learn what you should be taking out of short videos like Reels, watch this video that's about to come up right here, because I go through the 5 most common mistakes people make that's killing their views. In the meantime, Alabama is beating Auburn in the Iron Bowl. Roll Tide! See, that's an example of what I shouldn't put in the video because that had nothing to do with the lesson and you probably don't care.